I don't understand why regulating THC safely is too big of a job for Texas.
We can regulate this market, and we can preserve its beneficial effects if we stand up on our 2 feet as a legislature and do what we're here to do, which is to govern.
This industry is built on a narrative of myth and misinformation. They're a huge industry that's gotten marketing behind it. They operate on the principle, enforcement roulette, do it till you get caught. They also operate on the theory, we got so big, we're too big to fail now, no state would dare take us out. Texas has a choice to make. We know for a fact this stuff's not good. It's interesting that they say, I need this because I have anxiety, depression, and possible psychosis, but the very effect of using this long term is depression and psychosis.
Same thing with the alcohol.
Panel of the Texas Senate once again voted 20-9 in favor of a full ban on THC in defiance of Governor Greg Abbott's call for a highly regulated but legal marketplace. This is a scrap, Gary.
Well, I mean, the Senate is obviously dominated by Lieutenant Governor Patrick. This is an important priority for him. He's very concerned about THC and its effect on people. And the present system is like the wild, wild west. So that's where we're going to be, where anything goes. We haven't really heard the regulatory plan that the governor has if he gets his way. I mean, I certainly haven't read anything of how they're going to do it and how it's going to work. So I guess we'll see what the governor does. Is he going to veto it when it passes again or not?
Chris, 30 seconds here.
I think the governor is going to veto this. If it gets through the legislature with a total ban, the governor is going to veto it again. I think we ought to be following the money and see where Dan Patrick's getting his, because it's obviously coming from somewhere for him to be defying what the governor asked him to do.
Holly, you've got good intel, and you know it was kind of like in your court. Now it was in Abbott's court, and Abbott's got a decision to make.
Yeah. I do think that those who are trying to ban it are well-intentioned, right? They are concerned about the psychosis issue and some of the side effects of this, and you know whether or not other things that are legal have those same problems. That's beside the point at this time. So you've got the Senate passing in. I think there was actually one Democrat who supported this bill. You have an identical bill that's been filed in the House, but when it comes to the House floor, we'll see what happens, because you're certainly going to have a lot of attempts to amend. You have a much more robust process in the House, and we may see some shifts there. So what comes out of it all, if there's a place where they can meet in the middle, will remain to be seen. And you know, we have not seen any indication from the governor's office that they're going to sign a ban. There may be another veto coming. So.
All right, Paul, you've had plenty of time to put your active mind on this topic. You know, we have what I see as one of the biggest power conflicts in the 10 years they both served in high elective office between Governor Abbott and Governor Dan Patrick. Neither one wants to budge.
Yeah, so staying away from whether or not THC has value or is dangerous, this is a question about politics, votes, and the electorate. There are very few things that on the moderate side of the political spectrum and on the left side of the political spectrum get people engaged as much as THC. And so if you want to talk about getting one item voter out, THC might be that thing, right? So it's been abortion on the right. Abortion does not get people on the left fired up into the polls, but this might be the thing. And so I think that might be why some of the politicians are at least being a little wary of making a decision that could place them against their voters.
Yeah, Tamara Bell's been keeping an eye on those younger voters for a long time. Thoughts on, does this get them out? Does this fire them up?
They're really confused. They're really confused as to why they're fighting about this, because they thought that when it was banned that the governor vetoed it was over, but it is continuing. And I'm very disappointed that it's continuing, and I'm very disappointed the redistricting is continuing, because you see we lost a lot of babies in KRIV, and those people still need an emergency system, and that has not been voted on. This is a 30-day special session. If it was the priority that the governor claimed, it would have been the first thing on the ticket.
All right, and it's the next thing on this show.
Up
next, the legislative quest for accountability and life-saving prevention in the wake of the deadly Hill Country flash flooding.